Hey, are you ready to know the direction of the day for the world's most traded pair, the Euro USD? Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Tuesday morning here in my hometown. It's currently 8:30 a.m. and if you're using the New York time, it is currently 1:30 a.m. So every Monday to Friday, I always jump onto these live streams to basically share I think or what I believe the direction of the day is going to be like. And this is based off of my strategy, which is a 50% win rate strategy with a 1 to 4 to reward ratio. So basically, we shall be diving deep into that in just coming up right in just a moment. And if you are new here, my name is Gani, and this is Dominate Online. So if you've been struggling with the direction of the day on the Euro USD, which is the world's most traded pair, definitely I always do this Monday to Friday. So be sure to always join me on this live stream. So if you also happen to get some good value from this particular live stream, please go ahead, give it a like, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And also, maybe if you have a friend that struggles with the direction of the day, you could probably share this particular live stream with them because I always do this Monday to Friday. So, yes, thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining. I greatly appreciate you being here, taking your time to join me on these live streams Monday to Friday. I greatly appreciate that. So, now, the thing I also want to talk about is if you are out there and maybe you feel like giving up on this trading thing, you've tried everything, but for some reason things are not working out. Guys, I want you to know and I want you to remember the reason as to why. I mean, your why should be a very strong why. The reason as to why you decided to start trading. I know so many times I do ask people and they tell me, for me, the reason I like trading is simply because I want the money. Guys, if it's only about the money that you are trading, definitely you are doing something wrong. Because if that money doesn't come through the way you expect it, I mean, you're going to give up. Your reason for trading should be more than just the money. For some people, it's maybe, retiring their wives, retiring their husbands, spending more time with your family. If these are strong reasons for you, definitely, I'm sure you'll be able to stay longer in this game because you have something that really can't allow you to go out of the business. So basically, this is my advice to you for today. And if you happen to get some value, please drop a like on this live stream and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel because this really goes a long way. Yeah, so before I even jump onto the charts, personally, there's some kind of routine I follow on a daily. And when it comes to my routine, if you know me very well, I'm purely a technical trader, but I like to also, be able to acquaint myself with what the fundamentals of the day are saying. So for today, which is the 13th of August 2024. When it comes to the fundamentals, personally, I always go to a website called Bloomberg.com. And usually, what I do on this website is basically to check out for the major news that is happening on that particular day. So, remember, I've just said the major news. If it's nothing major, then I'm not concerned. So basically, I'm going to be sharing my screen. You should be able to see my screen right now. So the website is Bloomberg.com, and under this website, I'm able to check out the news related to the particular forex pair that I'm going to be trading, which is the Euro USD. So how I get to this or how I do this, once you get to this website, you come under markets right here, then currencies. Under currencies, you're able to select out the particular currency that you trade. For me, it is the Euro USD. So if I'm to look at the related news regarding the Euro USD, you can see this is the type of news. This is really nothing to do with the euro or the United States dollar. So, what's the future for gold and copper prices? We might not be interested in that. Market prices, excessive Fed cuts. Okay. Ukraine accuses Russia of striking nuclear plant. Okay. So it's really nothing major when you look at what they are sharing in regards to the United States dollar and the euro. So once there is nothing major in terms of fundamental news right here, then the next thing I do or the other thing I do is basically jump onto this particular website, forexfactory.com. I basically head over to the economic calendar, and for me, I actually filtered this out to only show me the red folder news events. So today, which is the 13th of August, you can clearly see that my local time, 3:30 p.m., there will be PPI on the Euro USD. So this is a big major news event. It's a red folder news event. So what I basically do, or many people there are out there, that what I advise you to do is that as these news events drop, if you already have a trade in and it is floating some profits, my advice is for you to actually jump out of that trade, because if this trade actually goes against you because of the news event that maybe drops, that might be a bit detrimental when it comes to your P&L, because you might end up losing a bit more than what you had earlier anticipated, because many of these brokers actually tend to widen their spreads during these news events. So if you happen to lose a trade during a news event dropping, you might find yourself losing more than what you had earlier anticipated to lose on that particular trade. So this is just a word of caution or a word of advice for you to be able to look out for yourself as these news events drop. So basically that is it there. And without any further ado, right now I would like to take you through what exactly this strategy is all about, the type of strategy that I trade. So when you look at some of my results, I started trading it religiously on May 1st, 2023, and these are some of the results I've been compiling over this time. So you can see clearly that under my monthly comments, I basically have green months all the way through. And when you look at my percentage profits for the month of May 2023, I had a 5%, June I had a 6%, July I had a 7%, August I had a 1%. So you can see there's nothing crazy here, guys. And that's real trading. I know so many, I like to call them scam artists, but others call them trading gurus. They like to, lie to you. They tell you that, with my strategy, you are going to be making maybe 50% profits every single month. Guys, that's not how trading works. Those are people that just want to take your money. They're trying to tell you the nicer things or the good things so that you actually, buy into their courses and all that. But if you really want to trade the right way, these gains are not linear at all. You see, there's this month I have a 1%. Let's continue and see some of those percentage gains. So the month of September, I had a 5%. October I had a 23%. Now, that was a good month. Then January I had an 18%. February I had a 4%. March I had a 7%. April has so far been my best month. And in that month, I actually had a 25% in terms of profits. And then May I had a 12%. June I had a 5%. And then this previously concluded month, which was the month of July, I actually had an 11%. So that's the kind of strategy that I trade. And if you are someone who's been looking for a strategy to actually trade, this is one of those that you could probably start trading as well. As I told you guys, I'm going to be jumping into everything about this particular strategy right here on this live stream. So if you've been looking for a strategy to trade, definitely this would be one of those strategies that you're going to be using to actually trade the markets. But don't just take my word for it. You should be able to go out there and backtest this particular strategy so that you're able to, understand it very well, be able to see exactly when your age or your setup appears. You should be able to determine this by yourself. So that's the type of strategy. So now if we are to get onto the chart to see exactly what today, looks like on the charts, this is what we have for today. Now, with this strategy, it is a strategy that utilizes the previous day's candle. On that previous day's candle, I always like to, look out for some of those areas of interest. Price usually, when you look at this price action here, from yesterday, which was the 12th of August, the price basically left some what I call an area of interest. And that area of interest here, down here, you can see it left an order block. So the areas of interest can either be an order block, it can either be a fair value gap, it can be an equal high or equal low. Price usually likes on this new day, price likes to tap back into that area of interest, and then once it has tapped back into that area, then price expands to the upside. So price usually likes doing this, and this is where I base off of my base my strategy. So basically, this is it. And so when we look at yesterday's price action, you can clearly see there's an order block that formed right here, which led to this change of character right here. So price usually likes, tapping back into those areas of interest, and then once it has, then it continues in the other direction. So the area of interest I'm looking at when it comes to this downside, I will be looking at this particular zone or this particular level right here, and that is at 1.09102. So that's one area of interest I'll be looking at for today, which is the 13th of August 2024. I'll be looking at that area, price coming all the way and taking out, any of the stops resting below here. And then once price has actually done that, I would expect it to expand to the upside. So basically, this is what I mean. I expect price to come all the way down here. Once it has taken out the liquidity there, versus to the other upside. If this doesn't happen this way, the other thing I would expect price to do is basically, price coming and taking out, any of the stops resting above this particular order block right here. This order block right here, price usually likes, taking out such liquidity that is resting above there. So price comes, takes out that particular liquidity right there. So this is what I mean. So expect price to come. If it doesn't take out the down liquidity, then I would expect. These are the two scenarios I would expect price I would expect price to move in these two directions, either this particular direction or this particular direction. If it doesn't do that, then I'm not trading that day. So basically, this is how I trade. And when it comes to my entries, you can clearly see that this analysis has been done on this 1 hour time frame. But when it comes to my entries, I always drop down to the 5-minute time frame. And on the 5-minute time frame, what I'm looking out for is basically for price to form what I call an inversion fair value gap. This is when price has actually covered a fair value gap, and once it has formed that inversion fair value gap, this is when I make my entry. And Usually, when it comes to my stop loss, I use a 10 pip stop loss, and for the take profit, I always use 30 pips in the market. So, averagely, I found out that usually price at least on the Euro USD moves at least 30 pips on a daily. So basically, this is how I'm able to determine my take profit. But I also like to, squeeze this to at least a 1 to 4 for me to be able to make some extra profits from this market. So basically, this is what I'll be looking out for today. And remember, guys, when you're trading, do not over risk on your trades. Control your greed, guys. It's not just about this one trade. So many people out there, they tend to, YOLO on their trades. They think that since Ghanaians said this is going to be the trade of the day and the setup forms, as someone goes all in, they try to say, let me maximize on this trade, guys. That's not how we trade. You trade it. It is a trade by trade kind of basis. You must be looking at a series of trades. Once, let's say, you have like 10 trades so far. That's how you evaluate yourself and see that maybe within these 10 trades, how have I performed? Have I been profitable or not? Do not think that one trade is what is going to change your life. It's not like this. You should be looking at this as a long-term game, guys. Evaluate yourself after maybe 10 trades, after 20 trades, maybe after a month, after a quarter, after maybe half a year, after a year. So this is how you should be evaluating yourself as you're trading. So I've told you guys that I'm looking at price taking out this level right here. If it doesn't, then the other level is 1.09630. So those are the two major levels I expect reversals to happen in the market today. So once price gets to these levels, then I drop down to the 5 minute time frame to basically be able to, see exactly if price is able to show me what I'll be looking for, which is an inversion fair value gap on the 5 minute time frame. So basically, this is what I've been looking out for. And for me, when it comes to entries, my entries are taken at least between 9 a.m. my local time, that is East African time, up to about that is up to about 3 that is about 3:29 p.m. my local time. So that's the time I expect to make an entry. So I'm personally someone who trades the London session. So that's the time I'd look to actually make my entry. If it hasn't, happened, then I'm not trading that day. So these are just rules I set myself, and I'm able to actually abide by those rules. So basically, this is how I trade. If you feel or if you would like to actually understand better maybe about anything I've said here, you can go ahead and leave a comment down in the comment section, or even send me an email. My email, I attached it's somewhere on my channel, so you should be able to maybe go to the about section of this channel so that you're able to drop me an email and ask anything. I'll be gladly answering you back. And if you need any mentorship or anything like that, I'm always here, guys, especially when it comes to your trading psychology. So I'm right here. I'm all here, to help you succeed, guys. In case of any questions, you can always leave those questions down in the comment section. I'll be gladly answering you back. So this is it for today, guys. Remember not to over risk on your trades. Do not make any of those execution errors when you're trying to execute your trades. Don't make any execution errors. Like maybe instead of tapping on a sell, you instead tap on a buy. Don't do these kinds of mistakes, because this is how you remain unprofitable. Try and pay good attention to detail, and this is how you're going to stay winning in this game. So this is it for today. In case you do have any questions, remember to leave them down in the comment section. I'll be gladly answering you back. So thank you so much for watching today. Thank you so much for joining me today. Catch you tomorrow, same time, right here on the channel. Thank you. Have a great day.